Well, quarterfinals day 3 is done here with coverage presented by Mobalytics. I'm joined right now by a Firefox coach as well as Lexi, who's going to help translate after RNG's victory. Firefox, what did you think of Fnatic as they were headed into the quarterfinals, and what do you think of them now?
在你们跟 Fnatic 对战之前的时候，你们觉得 Fnatic 这支队伍怎么样？然后你们现在跟 Fnatic 交完手了，你认为 Fnatic 是怎样的队伍？
其实，在还没交手跟交手之后的想法都是差不多的，因为历年的世界赛在欧美队训练赛的部分都打得比较多嘛，然后一般来说，欧美队伍的训练比赛的成果效果都会比训练赛来的好很多，所以一开始也不敢掉以轻心，然后 Fnatic 也让我。就是体会到他们的，比如说像上单是一个经验很老道的一个上单，然后还有他们的前期节奏也都带得很好，还有那种能进到世界赛8强的队伍，没有一个队伍是可以让人小看的，所以包含他们的顽强、他们的韧性，这些都是我觉得这队伍就是很令人钦佩的地方。
I think before the quarterfinals and after playing against Fnatic, how I thought about them did not change at all. I feel like for most of the NA and EU teams, when they're playing scrims, they tend to not do as well as they do on stage, which is why we weren't able to relax at all when before we were playing against them. And Fnatic really showed us who they are on the world stage today. They showed us how SOAS is such a he's been a player that's always been there, and he's so good at this game, and also how they were able to really try to get a lot of advantage early game and really snowball upon that, and they were able to really play their game very well.
Your remark about Western teams performing better on stage than scrims is interesting to me because I feel like every year the Western audience hears that Western teams are doing very well in scrims, and then oftentimes they do not do as well on stage. So could you maybe elaborate a little bit on that?
他说，很多欧美的玩家其实认为说，他们的小组的队伍的话，都会在训练赛当中打得比较强，在世界舞台上没有那么强。但你刚刚正好说的是相反的，是有一个特别的原因吗？
不，我说的是在训练赛中，就是他们的在比赛的表现都比训练赛表现好很多。对
，OK， 但是他就说，因为很多欧美玩家认为说训练赛当中他会打得比较好一些，然后比赛中反而不好。
这个好像只有 TSM 吧。
You said, I just want to clarify, I feel like they're better at scrims. They're better at worlds than scrims. Maybe the only team that's an exception is TSM.
Very good. Well, thank you for the clarification. You know, a colleague of mine pointed out that this is the first time that a LPL team has won a best of 5 since mid-2015. And what is interesting to me about it is that you were able to do this with a team of native Chinese players. Are you proud of that situation? And do you think that there's any relevance there?
所以这次的话 ，RNG 是第一支自从15年来第一次在一个 BO5当中能够获胜的一支队伍。然后你带领的又是一个全华班的队伍，那你觉得说，RNG 是否是全华班对我们这次胜利有没有什么影响吗？
第一个就是因为我跟全华班交流的沟通也比较轻松嘛，就是大家都是比较好沟通的，然后。也是因为就是好沟通的情况下，在他们比较心态不稳的时候，可以稍微把他们拉回来一些。因为如果说有韩国选手的，或许经过翻译的话，那效果可能不是特别好。对，然后从15年到现在，第一次进入4强是吧？进入到4强，那也是因为选手们就是齐心协力吧，然后表现的比较好，这样子。
I think with us being all able to speak the same language definitely helps a lot. I'm able to communicate them without any miscommunication anywhere. And also when our players are feeling a little bit emotionally unstable, I'm able to bring them back into the right state. Whereas if I had a Korean player, I would need a translator to help me communicate that part, which sometimes loses a little bit of meaning in it. And as for us doing well, I think it's because our players really wanted to be well, be the best on the stage too, which is why they actually tried extra hard.
Now, yesterday I had the opportunity to interview your next rival and Coach Koma, and he had a very stressful day yesterday and took a lot of the blame for how that match went. I am curious, how confident are you that you can out-coach Coach Koma?
所以昨天的话，Travis 有幸采访到了 SKT 的教练 Koma，然后 Koma 的话，昨天的话大家也知道他压力比较大，然后他也觉得说昨天的很多部分都是他自己没有做好，所以那你对于接下来跟 SKT 对战当中的话，你觉得作为一个教练的话，你有多大信心能够击败 Koma 教练的针数，就是方针呢？
其实16年的时候，就是我在暧昧是一个副教练，然后那时候跟我们的教练课子们也有跟 Koma 一起喝酒聊天。然后其实 Koma 是一个也是一个很有人格魅力的一位教练。然后其实今天呢，在编批上面呢，或者说一些战术的部署上面，我可能也有很多的失误。所以说多少信心的话，我只能说尽力而为吧，我也不敢说有多少的那种把握这样子。
Last year at Worlds, I was actually the backup coach for a team IMA, and our coach back then was able to sit down with Koma and really talk to him. And we feel that Koma is a very charismatic person. And honestly speaking, I'm not very confident in really like out coaching Koma in the matchup against SKT because I feel like today's games there was a lot of mistakes made in our band picks as well, and I do partially take that blame as well.
Very good. Well, I mean, it's going to be a very, very, very exciting matchup. I can't wait to see that in Shanghai next week. Is there anything you would like to say to any of the fans, especially as RNG has now moved on to the semifinals?
所以，我们接下来大家都会很期待 RNG 跟 SKT 的对决。那现在的话，你有没有什么话想要对我们的北美跟欧洲的观众讲呢？
不管是哪里的观众都很感谢，就是大家都有喜欢的自己的队伍嘛，然后也都是全心的去支持、去加油。我觉得就很感谢大家的所有的粉丝跟观众，然后我也不知道说什么，我真的很感谢他们这样子，因为他们的加油啊什么的鼓励都是能够给选手造成一些内心上的一些鼓舞，一个无形的力量这样子。
I just really want to thank all the fans out there. It doesn't matter where you are or which team you're supporting. I really want to say thank you, and I'm really grateful that you're able to put your full heart into supporting your favorite teams because I feel like every support that you guys give to the players are all able to feel it, and actually it's an encouragement to them. It motivates them to play better. So thank you so much.
And when I realized one final question, I almost forgot. Uzi on the broadcast said he had a fever today. Can you talk to me? Was that how much of a factor was his health in today's match? And are you worried at all about his health situation for next week?
所以 UCI 的话，今天在台上的采访当中说，他今天还有点发烧。那你觉得对他今天他发烧对今天的比赛有没有什么影响？然后你会担心他接下来的身体状况会对比赛有影响吗？
小狗的话是一个很敬业的一位职业选手，不管他的身体属于什么状况的话，他都尽量以自己最好的情况下去应战。然后当然这一方面也是我们就是教练团队的疏失吧，就是没有把他的身体顾在一个最好的状态。然后今天回去之后也会尽量的把他身体调理好，以他一个最好的状态去应付接下来的比赛。
I think that Uzi is a very professional player. Doesn't matter what state he's in, he always tries to perform the best that he can on the stage. Obviously, I think it's the coaches, like our fault, that we weren't able to take good care of him physically. So today, after we go back to the hotel, we're gonna make sure that he feels better, and hopefully, it doesn't really affect him in his later on matches.
Thank you so much, Firefox, for the interview. Thank you, Lexi, for the translation. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things Worlds right here on my YouTube channel. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I actually just got back to the hotel after going to the venue for some interviews, and I'm actually just checking out the new Mobalytics esports site. That's right. You've heard me talk to you about how they help you figure out your strengths and weaknesses, but they've just launched this new thing for Worlds. There's so much functionality. Let me tell you about it. It's got schedules for the games, and I know a lot of you hate spoilers. There's actually a spoiler tag that changes the functionality of the site to hide results, etc. So if that's what you're interested in, you've got that. There are pre-game analytics and analysis for matches before they even start. There are post-game breakdowns, builds, and more advanced stats, including analytics using Mobalytics' specific formula. There's even a section dedicated to champions themselves. In fact, you can search specifically for your favorite player, track their games, view heat maps, read through their champions, and see more. And finally, by the way, if watching these videos is too taxing, Mobalytics actually has transcribed many of my world interviews for your reading pleasure. So be sure to check it out. It's got all sorts of cool stuff on it. Explore the site. It's esports.mobalytics.gg. And by the way, thanks for watching this video. You can actually sign up for their service if you want to get better at League of Legends over at mobalytics.gg/Travis.